Hello guys, I'm the Ghost Time today. Yes, and today we're going to have a day. It's kind of bizarre thing to say, but today we're gonna have God of War Sons of Sparta. But this is kind of like a game. Basically, it's a 2D game. Yeah, kind of game. Well, basically, it's kind of like this God of War game takes place in a young version of Sparta, as Kratos being youngest, and basically the story takes place after the takes place at the very beginning of God of War as a child, like basically before the flashback when demons got kidnapped kind of way. Basically, we're gonna play as Kratos as young and demons as young. Because more specifically, what is basically a great God of War game without having the God of War, uh, the God of War as a young Kratos, I guess. Because now we have not only that trilogy ahead, but also we have an extra mini God of War game. Therefore, it's getting more incredible journey though. But anyways though, at least basically we're gonna have to do with extra childhood thing before we become once a god. But let's see how we're gonna play as a mere mortal with a spear and a shield as a child though, without the godlike powers that brute strength of a man of a god. But therefore, I suppose we're gonna see the excitement of this kind of game. Anyway, let's react.
Before I was a father, before I was a god, I was a Spartan.
Here he is.
Spartans! Our duty is to Sparta. Fear is a reaction. Courage is a decision. Press your attack! Don't relent! Never on our backs! Never left behind! Always united!
Man, young girls who can do all of this, I might be a little bit myself concluding that.
Every saga of gods and monsters, of tragedies and triumphs, of destruction and redemption begins here.
Be ready! For Sparta!
God of War, Sons of Sparta.
This is only the beginning.
Ooh, that was close. And that's it, good guys. I'm the Colossus. And he last scribe is the world one of the Colossus more. Can't bro, do more guys for God, right? Follow my stream down. Now. God damn. God damn. If Kratos could do all of this in Youngwood, that explains why he's so powerful now. But now let's see, for example, that technically this is like a journey of a trace of Kratos and demons, and also they say that technically this is the place where it takes place. The time when was Atreus was around. Not exactly this Atreus we are having in mythology, the Atreus of Sparta that technically was before he was alive and all. So basically, I'll show you the origin story how Kratos came the name Atreus and give it to his son. So I suppose so you would more like a have some sort of a way of a storyhood. Therefore, but let's see how forward can we go with this kind of story. Therefore, it's more like a having a journey to do something about it, to prove ourselves we are the true Spartans kind of thing. Because that makes sense because this game takes place when Deimos and Kratos were children and try to prove themselves that technically they are truly Spartans, so to speak. But I suppose so. Let's see how our pride and our loyalty to Sparta can keep us now. Therefore, it's just only basically the glory of Sparta, though, so to speak. Therefore, it's more like a having sort of way of a journey, though, because I can't believe the young girls can do that kind of moves. If so, then I must be aware of myself that, but I think basically we know that well what's gonna happen in this kind of game. But I suppose the origins and all, it's just the idea of that. Origin story is about Kratos, so the idea of that. But anyways though. And peace.